A film about the creation of IVF couldn't sound more like it's just going to be a boring documentary. And yet, hear me out, this was awesome.
Pregnancy test positive.
I just want to say congratulations.
Oh, she's not pregnant. We've made someone else pregnant. And it's bloody brilliant.
Bill Nighy, Thomasin, McKenzie and James Norton make up an odd little trio, but they are fully aware that the public, church, state, everyone is going to be really, really against them as they try to create life outside of a womb. And yet they go ahead and do it anyway. And I, honestly, going into this, I barely wanted to watch this film. I was kind of like, alright. And yet they'd kind of managed to set that up as the premise and flesh out this fun little trio of characters in the opening 10 minutes. So from completely apathetic towards this movie to totally engaged, ready to watch it, very excited, in 10 minutes flat. That is incredible how they did that. I just didn't expect this to be interesting, I guess. I don't mean that in a, oh yeah, I learned a lot about in vitro fertilization way. No. I mean, I did learn stuff, but much more in a, this had a really fun vibe. It's got a great late 60s, early 70s soundtrack going on, and it's got just very fun characters that it's easy to be engaged with quickly and care for a great deal. This isn't the sort of film that throws out the public are going to be against us, we must stand against them type thing for 10 minutes of drama. It is the whole film through, and I liked that. You don't feel it as much in the last sort of half hour, but it's still a present threat, very much. The public are and were against them the entire time. And even kind of after they'd achieved it seems like, because they didn't actually get any real recognition for it until 2010, I think, is when they got the Nobel Prize for it. I didn't expect a cast where two of the main three characters are men, for the film to be so about women, but the entire idea behind why they wanted to do this was to give women that couldn't have babies the choice. And you do get, there's the Ovum Club of women that they're experimenting on. They very much form this strong bond, and the Thomasin McKenzie's character forms a bond with them because she also can't have kids, and she wants to do this for women so that they can, and it's a beautiful story. There's a real sense of sisterhood. There is a lot of feminist activity within it, and then even the ending feels very feminist as well. It is powerful. It's very sad. It's heartbreaking at times, but not in a overly dramatic, melodramatic sort of way. It feels very much well built, and I guess a lot of that is down to the fact that yes, the character is very well written, but Thomasin McKenzie, I've seen her in a few things, and I've always thought, yes, she's a very good actor. This is the first time that I've thought, wow, that was powerhouse level. She was nuts. She was so good in this. I'm left reasonably surprised. The quality of this film, the emotional nature of it, it was powerful. It hit strong, and a lot of that is down to how well written Jean is, how well acted she is. What a great character she is. She's such a strong, resilient lead. She deserves to be well remembered. And I'm not surprised in a sort of this is the film of the year kind of way, but in a damn, the quality of the average Netflix film has gone up kind of way. Honestly, they're probably matching. And I don't want to say this because I've spent years relentlessly shitting on Netflix original movies. That was my bread and butter during COVID. But their average quality has really gone up to the stage where I'm now thinking it's about as, if you take out their Christmas slate of films, because those are shit so far, what I've seen, then the quality of the Netflix films in the last 4 months is probably almost as good as what's coming out in the cinema. This is the perfect storm as a modern feminist powered movie, because Thomasin McKenzie is a great lead. It's about a woman who wasn't, given the recognition she deserved in her discovery of one of the most important things that happened in the 20th century because she's a woman. And the discovery was all about and for women. And it's the kind of thing that honestly probably would have been achieved a lot quicker, would have had a lot more funding if it had been for men, or for both, Gotta say, after I was beginning to think it had been a bit of a dry year for British cinema, we've had The Outrun, Paddington in Peru, Blitz, and now this, all in the last 6-7 weeks. That's nuts. I'm very impressed. I'm loving it. And I'm giving IV Yes 4 stars. It is impressive how this managed to feel like it was such a cool, fun, interesting movie while being a really dull science movie. The majority of true story movies, they need to take notes from this because it really does need to be studied the way they did this. It's got a good vibe to it. I've also got a good vibe, but I need the subscribe.